This will be for the con exercise arc measure. Okay, it says in the figure below, AD and CE are diameters of circle P. What is the arc measure of minor arc AB in degrees? All right, let's take a look. Now, they said circle P, so we know that point P is going to be the center of the circle. All right, so that's right here. And we just need to cover a few things before we begin. Now, when you make an angle inside the circle, let's say we use this angle right here. And the center of the circle, we said P was the center. When the center of the circle is the vertex, this angle here is called a central angle. And that central angle, the measure of that central angle, matches the measure of the arc that it intercepts. All right, so I'll do it in a different color. Now you can see this angle right here intercepts the arc that goes from point D to point E. Okay, this right here is called an arc. It's just a piece of the circumference. So if this is 93 degrees, this will also be 93 degrees. All right, so the central angle and the measure of the arc is the same or equivalent. Now, it's given that AD and CE are diameters of the circle. Okay, the diameters will cut the circle in half. So if we look at AD and CE, we'll do them one at a time. Okay, if we do AD, so if we went from point A to point D, that basically cuts the circle in half. So we know the measurement all the way around the circle is 360 degrees. Okay, and if we multiply that by a half, we are going to get 180 degrees. So since the diameter cuts the circle in half, if you travel from point A along the arc to point D, that angular measurement, that arc measure, is going to be 180 degrees. All right, because it's basically half of 360. It's half of a circle. So that's the other thing you need to know. Now we're looking for arc AB. Okay, it says minor arc AB. That just means that the arc is less than 180. So we're basically looking for this piece right here, the angular measurement, not the length. All right, going from A to B. The easiest way to do this is to fill in the missing central angles, and then you'll get this angle right here. So they told us that AD was a diameter. All right, and that means if you travel, well, we don't even have to travel along the arc. The diameter is always straight, and it's going to be a straight angle. And we know that a straight angle equals 180 degrees. Okay, if this entire angle is 180 and this angle is 93, then this one right here is just going to be 180 minus 93. And that equals 87 degrees. So I can fill this in right here and say it's 87. Okay, and now for this angle right here, let me highlight the other diameter. Okay, I'm going to erase this, but I'll leave the angle that we got. All right, I'll erase this mess, and I'll erase the diameter. And now I'm going to highlight the other diameter. All right, so if I highlight this diameter right here, and if I travel like so, this is a straight line, and this angle right here is going to be 180. And that means this angle right here is just going to be 180 minus 38 minus 87. Okay, let's see. This is adding these two, I get 125. 180 minus 125 is just 55. So this right here is going to be 55 degrees. All right, and if I erase this mess right here, we can see that the arc matches this angle right here. So if this is 55, the arc is also going to be 55 degrees. All right, so just enter 55 in the box, and the degree symbol is already there. All right, what is the arc measure in degrees of major arc ADC on circle P below? Like we said, the circle is named for its center, so circle P means that P is the center. And we said minor arc is less than 180, major arc is just going to be more than 180.
Excuse this interruption, Marcos.
But anyhow, when they use 3 letters for the arc, ADC, you have to trace the letters along the arc in that order, ADC. All right, so basically, if I can highlight, I'm going to start at A, and then go to D, and then go to C. So we are looking for this arc right here, all the way from A to D to C. So we're going to have to find this angle here and this angle right here as well. Actually, I'm slightly mistaken because we don't have to find the individual angles. I'm just looking at this here. If we add these two angles together, 70 plus 104, should actually do it in a different color. If we add 70 plus 104, this angle right here is going to be 174 degrees. All right. Now we said all the way around the circle is 360. So if we do this portion right here, we can just subtract this from 360 to get this right here. All right. So 360 minus 174. Let's see, that's going to be 26 plus 160. I believe that's 186. Let me see. 10 minus 4 is 6. 15 minus 7 is 8. And then 2 minus 1. Yes, 186 is this portion right here. So this portion in pink is going to match this arc in pink as well. So that is also going to be 186 degrees. That's the measure of arc ADC. All right, 186 right in the box. All right, so I think the rest of these are the same as the first two. AB is a diameter of circle P. What is the arc measure of minor arc AC? All right, so AB is a diameter, and we're looking for AC. All right, so we trace the circle from A to C. The only reason they said minor arc is to make sure that you go the shorter way around and not the longer way around, because minor arc has to be less than 180 or half the circle. Now, they told us that AB was a diameter, so it goes through the center. It's a straight line. And we know that a straight angle measures 180 degrees. Now, if these two combined are 180 and this one is 41, this one right here is just going to be 180 minus 41. And that's going to be 139 in degrees. So right here, this is 139, and that means the arc measure, if I can highlight it for you, this right here and this right here, this angle is 139. That means the arc measure is also going to be 139. So right in the box, 139. All right, last one. AC and BD are diameters. What is the arc measure of major arc BDC? All right, so basically, we are starting at B, trace along the arc, B, D, C. You have to trace them in order when there's 3 letters. So go from B to D to C. Okay? And now, they said that AC was a diameter. Okay? And that means this right here is 180 degrees. All right, if the whole thing, if these two combined are 180, then this one right here is just going to be 180 minus 155. And that's just 25 degrees. So I'll fill in this one right here as 25 degrees. All right, so we said this angle right in here is 25 degrees. And if you'll notice, we have an X shape right here. All right, see, this is a straight line because they said it's a diameter. And this is a straight line because they said it's a diameter. And you want to remember about vertical angles. Okay, so if this one is 25, this one right here is also going to be 25 degrees. So now we're in business. All right, if I can erase what I highlighted. See, the X shape made them vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. All right, anyhow, we're looking at the arc in pink. So if I can draw the angle like so. Okay, it's going to cover all of this. So we're looking at 25 plus 155 plus 25. Okay, 25 plus 155 plus 25. 25 plus 25 is 50, plus 155 gives us 205. And that was in degrees. So the measure of that arc in pink is 205 degrees. All right, 205.